Multiple states, increasing numbers of states, are on lockdown of one level or another. I believe Maryland just today is going into that sort of lockdown, and here in California we've been on it. Florida is starting to have a little bit higher standards for what you can go out and do, but we know that for some of them it might be a little bit too late, because you probably saw the footage that we played on the show last week of spring breakers just having parties, having fun, they're on the beach, and unfortunately what was predicted to happen did actually end up happening. And now Florida University, the University of Tampa, says students tested positive for coronavirus after their spring break trip. Specifically in this case, 5 students at the University of Tampa apparently got it while they were on spring break, which is that was the worst case scenario, and it appears to have happened. And those are the 5 that have been identified.
Yeah, that and every other STI, as you do on spring break. This one's this is gonna burn a little bit worse than everything else. I mean, I've seen a lot of reports. I mean, they're all anecdotal, but like there a lot of what we have to go on is anecdotal. There are people, especially Republicans, and even like further to the right. So like I've heard of like little Confederate parties and people with flags out and a lot of MAGA hats, and who are just kind of like taking this as a joyride. Yeah, there's nobody around. So we're going to, honestly, I wish COVID on the people with Confederate flags. I'm sorry. I'm going to just say that right now. That's it. You white supremacists, get COVID. That's it. We're done with you. If COVID will wipe out the white supremacists, I'm fine with that.
Well, I mean, Fox and Trump have sort of set up that situation. I mean, I've been wondering, someday they're going to do an analysis where they're going to break down as many cases as possible. And it's going to be difficult to know, but to the extent that we will be able to find out, I think the data will show that this is going to hit Republicans harder, because their governors aren't going to take it as seriously. They individually are not going to, moderate their behavior in the way that's necessary. And so they probably will suffer more infections and more deaths as a result of this. But it's not just spring breakers, and it's not just in Florida. We here in California apparently haven't been taking this seriously enough either. So we turn now to an update from Mayor Eric Garcetti, who says, this weekend we saw too many people packing beaches, trails, and parks, so we are closing sports and recreation at LA City Parks and closing parkings at city beaches. That doesn't mean gather elsewhere. This is serious. Stay home and save lives. So that's right here in LA. People are not taking it quite seriously enough just yet. And this is, again, we're a couple of days into this, like 15 days to flatten the curve thing. And already people are like, well, like, what about beach volleyball? What about that? And what do we think about beach volleyball?
Yeah, I mean, if I sterilize the ball between spikes, then...
What if I put the Purell on my forearm so that when I bump it, it gets cleaner?
Everyone just has gloves. Listen, it's sad. It's sort of that moment where it's like, which is good, I mean, initially I think we were like, well, great, it's time to get outside and you can, go do things outdoors and take walks. And first of all, I think there are some people who live in like nicer neighborhoods, and so it's like a nicer walk. Like my neighborhood, the walk, it's okay, but it's like, it's kind of, there's less traffic, which is great, but it's not like not a view. I don't live in the hills. But like I did go to Griffith Park, which is a park here in LA, and it was not super crowded. I didn't go this weekend, but like I know that Runyon Canyon, another park, was trending on Saturday because there were too many people there. And then there's all those like just all those people who got something to prove, the dudes with like 12 packs, and then they're just huffing as they like run by you, and they're just breathing really heavily, and you're like, we get it, muscle milk, and like, so it's just sad though, because you're like, okay, at least I can get outside, and now we're being told you can't get outside, you shouldn't go outside, and I demand a Nintendo Wii. That's just what I want.
Let's get you a Switch. We can play some multiplayer games together. They have some fitness games on that too.
That only works out your hands, right?
No, they have this like ring thing that you do workouts with. I don't know. I've never done.
Yeah, I want some upper, whatever this muscle is.
Tricep.
I want some tricep.
We're gonna work on those triceps. Don't worry. We're gonna send you a Nintendo Wii. Look, over the weekend, my wife and I, we took a couple of bike rides to not lose our minds, and we made sure that we were not close to people. We didn't breathe all over people. There were cars everywhere. There was a lot of people, and people walking in little packs and everything. Doesn't look like people are taking it quite seriously enough, but perhaps that will change. But just in case it doesn't, just in case, you know, these 5 students getting it isn't enough to change your behavior, just in case Mayor Garcetti isn't enough to change your behavior, we have one secret weapon, someone who will implore you to do the right thing, and it's Danny DeVito.
Hi, everybody. It's Danny DeVito, and I'm asking you from the bottom of my heart, all over the state of New York, stay home. I mean, everybody. I mean, we got this virus, this pandemic, and, you know, young people can get it, and they can transmit it to old people. And the next thing you know, I'm out of there. So Governor Cuomo asked me to ask you, please do us a favor, all of us, and stay home, not spread this virus around. Thank you. Watch a little TV, why don't you?
Oh my God.
Can he be president? You know, I trust his stable leadership in this in these trying times.
so lovable. Like, there's nothing better than threatening that like Danny DeVito will no longer be around than for me to be like, okay, no, I got it. I'll stay home.
Yeah. The people are killing Betty White and Danny DeVito. Is that what you want?
No. I mean, it obviously is so stupid and sad that like celebrities have to get the virus. Number one, we know they had better access to the testing kit, but Tom Hanks has to get it for us to take it seriously. But it is, listen, I think that's someone in a time without leaders that we can get around. All right, we all like Tom Hanks. We all like Danny DeVito. Let's save them.
Yeah,
maybe
Idris
not
Elba's
Madonna.
really
Madonna
cool.
Madonna needs to stop whatever it is she's doing. A lot of bathtub, bathroom. I don't know what is happening.
I don't
there.
get it either. Yeah. Anyway, thank you, Danny DeVito, for your service. But everybody just stay home for a while. Read a book, okay? Play a game. Watch a show. There's great shows. Watch The Outsider, okay? It's awesome. My wife and I, we're doing a rewatch of House. Just do something like that.